Litecoin fam, welcome back to the channel. Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros here. We're going to be talking about whether or not we'll be seeing a Litecoin ETF in today's video, so make sure to stay tuned till the end. But you can see right here from Randy, she's saying in the past 30 days, Grayscale has sold 118,000 Bitcoin, 6,000 Ethereum, and Grayscale has bought 60,000 Litecoin. This is not dollars, this is Litecoin, actual Litecoin units. So that is a lot of Litecoin that Grayscale is picking up. So why are they doing this? I'll give you guys my thoughts. So the reason why I think why they're doing this, you can see the Grayscale investment holdings of their Bitcoin. It has gone down and down and down. They started with around 620,000 Bitcoin when the ETFs, before the ETFs even launched, and now they're holding around half of what they originally started with at around 350,000. And they have that high fee of around 1.5%. People are realizing that and they're opting out of that ETF and moving it into a different ETF, IBIT, FBTC, or maybe even something like MicroStrategy. And they've been losing a lot of BTC there. So I think they're kind of panicking and they're like, oh my gosh, we're not going to have any Bitcoin left because we chose to do this high fee. And BlackRock is going to be the biggest Bitcoin ETF holder because GBTC has this high fee, and they're just seeing this mass exodus of Bitcoin. So I think they're kind of panicking and they're going to be looking at other options for an ETF. Obviously, we have the rumors of the Ethereum ETF coming very soon. They're not picking up any more Ethereum, but you can see Litecoin, they are picking up more LTC. You can see back here in the beginning of February, they had around 1.48 million Litecoin and they started to accumulate some here. Currently sitting at around 1.55 million Litecoin. So that's actually good to see for LTC. But why are they doing this? I believe they're starting to pick up some of these altcoins. If you look at the list here, everything that they have, they're also picking up a little bit of some Bitcoin Cash. They're also picking up some ZEC. They're also picking up some XLM. They're basically picking up all these altcoins. They're picking up Link as well, a lot of Link. And I believe that Grayscale is going to try to get the next big ETF, which it could be Litecoin because Litecoin is very similar to Bitcoin. And why not do a Litecoin ETF if you're already doing a Bitcoin ETF? They're very, very similar in properties in terms of the halvening, in terms of the set supply, in terms of proof of work, very, very similar. So we could see a Litecoin ETF coming soon. That is something that could potentially happen, and especially if that Ethereum ETF doesn't happen. Recently, the SEC did a delay for Grayscale's Ethereum ETF, and that comes at no surprise. I believe the SEC doesn't want to pass this ETF for Ethereum because Gary Gensler has been very against crypto. And he says the whole space is ripe with fraud. So that would make sense that they are delaying this. So if the Ethereum ETF does get denied, I think it does go through personally. I think the Ethereum ETF will go through. But if it does get denied, I think that's very bullish for Bitcoin. And I think that is bullish for Litecoin as well. Because I think people are going to try to get other crypto ETFs passed. Especially if the Ethereum one doesn't go through, I think Litecoin would be the next in line, or maybe Dogecoin, because they're very similar as in proof of work versus proof of stake. So that is something to keep in mind. And Charlie Lee did say over on Reddit, somebody said, hey, we need Charlie Lee to pitch a Litecoin ETF, but I don't know if he's active in here anymore. He actually responded and said, hey guys, I'm on it. I want to get this Litecoin ETF out there. And he's working on it. So that's good to see. That means there's just higher probability of a Litecoin ETF coming in the future. And some people over on Twitter are saying, sorry to disappoint the ETH heads, but the proof of work coin Litecoin ETF is next. With a CFTC filing, Coinbase files to list futures for Doge, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Is this a hint that proof of work altcoins are coming next for the ETFs? It could be, and that would be huge for Litecoin. But if the Ethereum ETF does go through, I don't think that's the end of the world for Litecoin, because I believe Grayscale will come out and do a top 100 cryptos, or just all the cryptos they have, ETF. So similar to like how the S&P 500 is comprised of the top 500 ETFs, I think we'll see something like that within the crypto space. And that would be good for Litecoin and the rest of the crypto world. And a singular Litecoin ETF could come in the future. But with the Ethereum and the Bitcoin ETF, and then if we have an overall crypto ETF, I think that will pull a little bit of the demand away from that Litecoin ETF. So there's a couple of options on how this could play out, but I definitely think it's going to be good for crypto in general. It's going to be good for Litecoin in general in terms of USD value. I think that we'll have some price gains for Litecoin no matter what scenario plays out. I think ETF is coming for the rest of these cryptos. It's just a matter of when, not if. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Hey Litecoin family, sorry for the interruption. Just wanted to include this in today's video. Like I told you guys, this video was a little bit pre-recorded as I've been traveling, but this is huge here. The CFTC has said that Litecoin and Ethereum are both commodities alongside Bitcoin, making more case for Litecoin to become an ETF. Now let's get back to the video. If you guys are at all interested, make sure to check out our Patreon. We talk about cryptos we're interested over there. We're building a community. We have a lot of different perks that you get. You guys can check that out. We have one spot remaining at this $5 a month price. So that price will be going up. This is the last spot that's remaining. So make sure to check that out if you guys want to. Some of our members in there currently just joined. He says, thanks, I appreciate the help, worth more than $5. And another member says, thank you very much. So we're just trying to build a community, guys, trying to work with you guys, trying to help you through your crypto journey. So check that out if you want to. Let's go ahead and get back to Litecoin. We can see the Google Trends for Litecoin. We peaked back here in 2021, a lot of volume for Litecoin. And even if we look past that, if we look back in 2017, that's when we actually had the most volume. Coinbase only had a couple of cryptos back then. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and XRP, I believe, were the only ones on the platform, and maybe even Bitcoin Cash. And Litecoin was actually the first crypto I ever bought. It was around 20 bucks back then. So when I initially was looking at crypto, I had no idea what crypto was, but that's when a lot of people were investing in Litecoin, and Charlie Lee was one of the most popular people in crypto at that time. And right now, compared to that, we are at no volume for Litecoin at all. So we definitely have a lot of work to do in terms of giving the everyday person to talk about Litecoin and invest in it. And then a good stat here for Litecoin, the average hodl time for LTC is 2.4 years. So this just goes to show that people really believe in the long-term future for Litecoin, and people like to hodl Litecoin for at least 2.5 years. That's good to see. And then Coinbase to list Litecoin futures, we talked about that a little bit earlier in today's video. And then just wrap it up with some technicals here. Litecoin actually looking pretty good, just past the 200-day moving average. Normally when we pass that, we do get pretty bullish for Litecoin. You can see back here in December of 2022, we passed the 200-day moving average, and we got bullish for quite a bit. We ran all the way up to around $110. And also back here in September of 2020, we got bullish for quite a while. We hit our all-time high at around $400 for Litecoin, and we just passed that. So maybe we see some more higher price action for LTC, and we are still sitting above our trend line here. And yeah, I think right now is a great time to get into Litecoin if you believe in the future, if you believe we're going to get back to the old all-time high. We're below $100. It could be a great time to buy Litecoin. The bull market, in the Bitcoin Bros opinion, is not over. We believe the bull market does have legs. We're expecting 2024 to continue to be good going into 2025. The government just passed a $1.4 trillion spending bill. We have the potential of interest rates getting lowered this year, and Bitcoin ETF is propelling this entire market to the upside. So just a lot of catalysts for this year and next. So let me know what you guys think about Litecoin. Are you buying more right here? Are you waiting for lower prices? Are you trading Litecoin? Let me know what you guys think. My name is Aaron from Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.